Welcome into Lincoln, Nebraska, as the Nebraska Cornhuskers and Tarleton State Texans are ready to go at it live here on Big Ten Plus. Jacob Schrantz and Nathan Hawkins with you tonight. And Nathan, this Nebraska team is coming off a 2-game losing streak on the road to Creighton and Drake, but they returned to PBA where they were at their best last season.
Yeah, it means something different when Nebraska gets to be at home. 16 wins last year here. That's a school record. There's no better place to find their footing than Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Yeah, and tonight they're going at it against Tarleton State, a team with 8 transfers and only 1 freshman on this roster. But they are a team that has improved ever since joining the Division I ranks.
You know, they're not looking towards a future. They're looking to make a tournament run this season, and they have the tools to do it. Even though they're a brand new team, they're competitive, and they should give Nebraska a game tonight.
Both teams are undefeated at home this season and winless on the road. We'll see if that pattern continues here tonight on Big Ten Plus.
For the Huskers, and as we await the national anthem and the starting lineups being announced, these are 2 great teams in D3. Nebraska 4-1-1 in 2022. Arkansas 4-2 this year. They lost a game to Missouri State to start their own season. So Missouri State kind of got the better of both of these teams at different points in the season. But Nebraska on their home ice tonight have a chance to take down one of the best teams in all of D3 ACHA.
Ibarra, as that ball is hit into center field deep at the wall, and it is gone! Cam Ibarra with a center field big red blast, and the Huskers take a 1-0 lead.
Couldn't do much with it though, still fighting behind the net, and now Nebraska comes away with it. They send it across, but now Wilson, one-timer, it's in for another score!
Up top to Silva, finds Ivanova. Drives down the lane, and it's blocked by Markowski, but it'll stay Texans basketball. Finds Jenna Dick, who drives down the lane, blocked by Coley.
He's man behind the net, and now back up top. McAtee, wrist shot, it's in from way outside for a score! McAtee with his 5th game of 2+ goals on the season already. That is goal number 14 for the defenseman.
Shelley kicks it up top to Bourne. Backdoor cut, Moriarty. What a play, and one. Here comes Teresa Da Silva up the court, and Nathan, she was a certified bucket in high school. Once scored 64 points as a 14-year-old for Barking Abbey School as that one goes down.
13th goal of the season. He came into tonight with 4 games of 2+ goals in just 6 appearances so far this year, and now he adds another one on his stat sheet. 13 goals for Cam McAtee, and it's 4-0 in period 2. Nebraska is reeling right now.
And that came from their inability to clear the puck at all. You know, Arkansas was in Nebraska territory for a long time there.
We talked about coming into this period how it had been a defensive and kind of a goaltending showcase in period 1, and all of a sudden Alex Kopp has allowed 3 goals in about 5 or 6 minutes. That shot is sent off the pad of Haynes. Nebraska still looking for an answer to this offensive onslaught by the Razorbacks. Now here comes Arkansas across center ice. It's Patterson, met by 2 Nebraska defenders. What will he do with it? He sends it over to the center, shot goes in again for a score! It's Trevor Borlace with his 2nd goal of the season. It is a barrage at the Breslow Center. 5-0 Arkansas. Nebraska sitting here questioning themselves as Alex Kopp, who had only 11 goals allowed all season, has had 5 scratch across the scoreboard in just over a period of game time here Friday night. And a timeout is taken. Nebraska letting this one slip away.
I guess we'll see plenty more until this game is all said and done.
Yeah, and Brianna Copeland here awaiting the pitch from Wallace. That one in for strike 1. Copeland in the batter's box has a chance here on Mother's Day in front of her mother, who's made the trip down here to Nebraska to take the lead for the Hoosiers if she makes a nice play here. Here's Wallace with the 0-1 pitch. That one grounded over to Gray. play at second is in time to retire the side. So the Huskers keep the Hoosiers scoreless in the top of the 8th and have another chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 8th inning. Huskers offense coming up. Breadwell, Billy Andrews, and Cam Ibarra. When we're back, you're watching Big Ten softball on Big Ten Plus. Back here in the bottom of the 8th inning in Bowlin Stadium, and the Huskers tied with the Hoosiers 4-4 have a chance to walk it off. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, it's Courtney Wallace stepping up to the plate after a scoreless outing in the top of the 8th inning as the pitcher. And we'll see if she can start things off well for Big Red here in the bottom. Here is the pitch. That one grounded right to Natalie Four for the first out of the bottom of the 8th, and that brings Billy Andrews to the plate with 1 out.
Yeah, and then again, an interesting decision here. Hoosiers so far have elected to pitch to Andrews. Will they do so again here?
Andrews only 1 for 3 here today. Batters after her, Ibarra and Gray, both 2 for 4 with home runs.
And again, if you elect to put Andrews on, that does give you a runner with decent speed.
Andrews with a hit into center field, ground ball. Base hit over to first base now.
And it won't matter. But, the idea of putting her on anyway, it's the same situation as you got now. You got a double play on the table if you're the Hoosiers. And you can see Ford directing traffic there, trying to get her defenders out there at double play depth at second and shortstop, Benson at shortstop, Bassett at second base.
Yeah, and after the home run earlier in the game from Ibarra, as that ball is hit high and foul behind into the crowd as they watch their head. And as I was saying, that home run in the 3rd from Cam Ibarra was her 9th of the year. And if she somehow hit a home run here again, number 10 would be on the way in walk-off fashion, and there would be one to remember. Here's the pitch. Ibarra, ground ball, diving effort from Bassett, not in time. Andrews rounding to 3rd and holding there, so runners at the corners after a base hit from Ibarra.
And again, you see Andrews, you can see pumping up Ibarra. She's pointing at her right now across the diamond. Huskers play with a lot of emotion. And they do that and use that emotion to build each other up very well.
Bowlin Stadium crowd here on their feet for Sydney Gray, who is 2 for 4 here today, looking to go 3 for 5 with a walk-off to her name.
So you got to feel confident going against her.
And that is 4 straight balls to Sydney Gray. So the first 3 batters for the Huskers lineup, all on base, and a chance for a walk-off opportunity for Maya Felder, the Fresno, California native, here in the bottom of the 8th inning with only 1 out, and Natalie Four with all the pressure on her.
Two-time transfer has really found a home. Husker fans have really appreciated the bat of Felder this year.
That pitch in for strike 1. 2-2 count for Felder. Husker power chance. Fill Bowlin Stadium. That ball is hit into right field, and it is foul. A sigh of relief out of the dugout of Indiana there.
Yeah, Andrews got a little practice run on the tag. She took that thing full sprint, timing it up for a potential sac fly. For a strikeout here totally shifts momentum if she can get it.
It definitely does, as that would bring sophomore Abby Squire to the plate, who is 2 for 3 today. But here is Felder. 2-2 count and a chance to walk it off. That pitch in for ball 3.
Here we go, Jacob. Full count. Something's got to give.
No range of error for Natalie Four. as a walk here would walk Andrews right onto a walk-off win. That ball is hit into center field, and the Nebraska Cornhuskers walk it off in the final game at Bowlin Stadium in 2022. Off the bat of Maya Felder, the Cornhuskers get their 37th win of the season. Becca Alec was the number 6 player out of high school, according to Prep Volleyball. There's a quick middle strike. Oh my goodness, Meg Brown. How do you do? 17 kills in match 1 yesterday. Now she's starting to get going in this one. Knuckles, one of the Huskers' best servers, last season averaged just about 0.3 aces per set. There's a back set from Pepperdine. Big time blocked by Kubik. Oh my goodness, it's 5-0 Nebraska, and Kubik got all over that one. And Krause is forced to tip a low set. Polk with a strong swing out of the middle. And Pepperdine saves that one. Polk again, it's in there to tie this one up at 20. Vanessa Polk doing it on both ends, defense and offense.
That is
Chillingworth on a nice run after Stanger had gone on a nice serve run earlier in this set. Kubik with a big time swing on the outside. She goes cross court and it just touches the middle of the court in an instant. Right between Rachel Ahrens and Riley Patterson, the libero. Nothing they could do about that one. And now Maddie Kubik, after that big kill, is ready to serve. Goes over and passed up. Middle swing by Meg Brown, but a great dig by Hames to keep it alive. Joust at the net, and the freshman Becca Alec wins it.
Alec had just a little edge over her girl on the other side and had that block just like inch back back beyond her fingertips to get that point for Nebraska.
Great job to avoid hitting into the net by Becca Alec, and she saves the highlight dig from Nicklin Hames. Kubik back to serve again, trying to even this set up at 9, and she can't as it goes too long. The 9th error on the service line for Nebraska. And it is 10-8 Pepperdine.
We see Krause back in that outside position where she's been doing great all day.
Kubik with a shake on the serve, and it's an ace. Meg Brown, who just put a ball right into Nicklin Hames, gets the ace serve to make it 11-8. Just the first ace dealt by Pepperdine in this entire match. Goes to Kubik on that one. Short set to Krause, she has to tip it. Middle to Polk, tipped and recovered by Nebraska. Back set on the slide to Alec, and it's another block. It's Rachel Ahrens who was all but ready for that set from Kennedy Orr to Becca Alec. And all of a sudden, a 12-8 lead. Pepperdine looking comfortable in set number 3. Time out by the Huskers.